Want to show off your amazing cooking skills? Wondering what you'd look like without eyebrows? Then this recipe is for you. Every great story gets a trilogy. On the agenda is a classic, or in other words, crêpe Suzette. For one serving, we will need the zest of a well-washed orange, to which we add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Be careful when zesting the orange so that you only collect the orange part. If you add the white part, it will contribute to an unpleasant sourness. Massaging the granulated sugar between your fingers will help break through the cell walls, releasing the oils and the incredible aroma of the orange peel. This is the real taste of orange that we want in the dish. After we finish the massage and the whole kitchen smells amazingly of orange, squeeze its juice. The citrus acid will balance the sweetness of the sugar very nicely. If you're squeezing the juice by hand, it's a good idea to strain it through a fine strainer to remove everything that can burn in the final step. As you have already seen, we'll flambe the dish. For this we'll pour 20-30 ml of cognac or brandy into a glass. Now let's get cooking. Prepare all ingredients close by, because the whole process is relatively fast. Heat a dry pan with a non-stick coating at a moderate temperature and add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Wait for it to start caramelizing without burning and add the mixture of orange zest. Heat everything, add the orange juice and wait for it to boil. As you can see, my pan was heating unevenly and some of the sugar was crystallizing at the edges. With so much liquid, this is not a problem. Just put the crystallized pieces of sugar in the warm part of the pan so that they can melt again. I will ask you to be very careful every time you work with melted sugar. It becomes like lava, so you can seriously burn yourself. Finally, add 25 grams of cold butter. Once melted, pour the contents of the pan into a fireproof bowl. The last thing we need are 3 crepes. You can see a link to my crepes recipe in the upper right corner. Put 1/3 of the caramelized orange mixture in the pan and heat it again. If it has thickened too much, you can add a tablespoon of water and stir. Once it boils, add the first crepe. After it absorbs most of the sauce, using a spatula, fold it in half and then in thirds. If you are more comfortable, you can take out the crepe every time, but the quickest and most effective way is to move the finished crepe aside and continue the process until you run out of crepes, adding additional orange sauce each time. We all know why you watched the video so far, little arsonists. Before we move on to flambeing, a few remarks. The flames don't look very big, but the temperature above the pan gets pretty high, so make sure you don't have a kitchen cabinet or something else that can melt or burn. Second, no less important, never pour alcohol directly from the bottle. Measure the required amount of alcohol and pour it into a fireproof container. Now that we know that we must be very careful, pour the cognac, wait for it to heat up and the alcohol to start evaporating and light it with a lighter. The flames must go out when all the alcohol has burnt off and the only thing left is the taste of cognac. Pour the sauce from the pan on the crepes and eat while they're still warm. I do understand why this recipe is a classic. The taste is great, the sweetness is balanced with a slight acidity of orange juice and caramelized sugar, the luxurious taste of cognac and velvety crepes. I hope you try them because I'm sure you'll like them. Now enjoy!